Hi preschoolers. Today I'm going to read you another gingerbread man story. Okay, but it's a little bit different. It's called the Gingerbread Cowboy. And this animal right here, it's not a fox, it's a coyote. You'll see a lot of different animals in this book. The Gingerbread Cowboy. Once upon a time, in the wild, wild west, there lived Mr. and Mrs. Rancher. Every morning, just as the sun was coming up, Mr. Rancher saddled his horses and fed the cattle while his wife baked biscuits. Biscuits with butter, biscuits with honey, biscuits with jelly. Yes, those breakfast biscuits were plump and as soft as pillows, soft as clouds, and as tasty as a big Texas barbecue. Then one day, just as the sun was coming up, Mrs. Rancher decided she was tired of making biscuits. So she measured and mixed and she made gingerbread dough. She rolled out the dough flat and cut out the shape of a boy, but not just any boy. He had boots on his feet. He had a hat on his head. And he had a big belt buckle made of spun sugar. He was a gingerbread cowboy. She took raisins, candies, and nuts and gave him two bright eyes, a laughing mouth, and a cowboy vest with fringe. And she put him in the oven to bake. I sure am hungry for biscuits, said Mr. Rancher, leaning over and sniffing the rodeo rompin' good smell coming out of the oven. He opened the door for a peek. And as quick as the flick of a cow pony's tail, out jumped the gingerbread cowboy, and he ran out the door as fast as his boots could carry him. There he is. Whoa, shouted Mr. Rancher. Come back, cried Mrs. Rancher. But the gingerbread cowboy just laughed and said, giddy up, as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. He jumped over a horned lizard, gobbling up ants, and raced away as fast as his boots could carry him. Until he came to a roadrunner. I was about to have a lizard for breakfast, said the roadrunner, but I think I'll eat you instead. The gingerbread cowboy just laughed and said, giddy up, as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. And he wriggled through the corral fence and raced away as fast as his boots could carry him. Until he came to a band of javelinas munching on cactus pads. Gingerbread, shouted the javelinas. Yee-haw! The gingerbread cowboy just laughed and said, giddy up, as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. He galloped past a big prickly cactus and raced away as fast as his boots could carry him. Until he came to a herd of long-horned cattle grazing in a field. No more grass for us, they all cried. We want gingerbread. But the gingerbread cowboy just laughed and said, giddy up, as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. He ducked between their legs and he raced away as fast as his boots could carry him. Until he met some hungry cowboys riding the range. The cowboys yelled, stampede! They wanted gingerbread too. The gingerbread cowboy just laughed and said, giddy up, as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. He turned down a canyon and raced away as fast as his boots could carry him. Okay, he's so tiny in this picture. There he is. Until he met a coyote napping in the sun. Now the gingerbread cowboy was feeling mighty pleased with himself. I've run away from Mr. Rancher and Mrs. Rancher, the Roadrunner, the Javelinas, the longhorned cattle, and the cowboys, he bragged. And I can run away from you, too. The coyote smiled. I don't want to chase you, he said. But I hear those folks coming fast, and there's a river just ahead. Hop onto my tail and I'll take you across. Oh, I can't let them catch me now, cried the gingerbread cowboy. So he hopped on to the coyote's tail. The coyote splashed into the river and began to swim. Oh, it rained last night and the river is deep. You better get on to my back, said the coyote. So the gingerbread cowboy climbed on to the coyote's back. By now, the cowboys, the longhorns, the javelinas, the roadrunner, Mr. and Mrs. Rancher had arrived at the edge of the river. Mrs. Rancher took out her lasso and swung a loop out toward the gingerbread cowboy. Quick, stand on my nose, said the coyote. So the gingerbread cowboy jumped onto the coyote's nose. Ha, 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 shouted the gingerbread cowboy as the lasso fell short. They missed. But I won't, said the coyote. He tossed the gingerbread cowboy into the air like a flapjack on a griddle and swallowed him in one gulp. And that was the end of the gingerbread cowboy. Now Mr. and Mrs. Rancher are showing the coyote how to make gingerbread cowboys. The end. Bye, preschoolers.